go! And we're live. Welcome into Scappy's Arcade. We're streaming Gorgar tonight. 1979 game from Williams. Their first talking pinball machine. Not bad for a first game tonight. So for tonight, just going to be chatting and seeing what kind of high scores we can set on the machine tonight. Goal is to get 350. I'll go for 300,000 first, and once we reach that, we'll try to go for 550,000, and that would be the high score on this machine because right now it's only 478,000 since the last time I reset it. So welcome into Scappy's Arcade. My name is John. Friends call me Scappy. And it's just a little basement arcade down here with 4 pinball machines. Tonight we're streaming Gorgar. We'll switch them up from week to week. We've got Williams Honey down here to my right. To my left we have a Big Guns and a Space Shuttle. So that's the 4 pinball machines we have down here. And hey, stop in and let us know what you're up to in the chat tonight. Keep things social tonight. You have to bear with me. My voice is a little off tonight. Fighting a little bit of a head cold here. See how well the Alka-Seltzer Plus affects my gameplay. If it makes me a better player or a not so good player. Ooh. No coming back from that rebound. Those drop targets, they'll get you. Big thing on this game is those out lanes. I find them quite easily on this game. I do have it jacked up a little bit from the last stream. I put a couple of 2x4s underneath the back legs to give them a little more elevation. Floor in the arcade here is slightly slanted, so I can't put both levelers all the way out on the back, or else it'll be leaning. So we have to do a little shimming with some wood to get the desired effect. That's what I was saying about those outlanes. They'll get you. The lanes are set pretty much in the default position. Factory defaults. So right now I'm really just trying to hammer away at those drop targets there, the GAR targets. Every time you drop all 3 of those targets, it's going to light up another pop bumper and make it worth 1,000 points. That's quite helpful if you want to get a good score on this game. Another good scoring opportunity on this game is the spinner. When it's lit, it's 1,000 per revolution. That lights up when your bonus reaches 10. However, once you get higher than 10, it goes away. Once you reach 20, that is. So you want to make sure you hit it when it's on its sweet spot and get some good revolutions there. Every time you drop the GOR, it's going to increase the pit value here. So these 3 drop targets here increase this value all the way up to 50,000. When you do hit the pit, there's a magnet that holds your ball there for a moment. And really, the object of this game is to defeat Gorgar by beating the highest score on the table, which right now is 478. And I do apologize for my voice tonight. Not my good radio voice. All right. I fully intend to beat you, Gorgar. This was the second game to arrive at Scappy's Arcade. It was purchased about an hour west of here. It's a bit of a fixer-upper, but plays quite nicely now. Couldn't make it through that spinner. Come on. Let's see if we do this. Oh, only a single spin. Come on. I gotta hit that spinner when it's not moving. Oh. That was a bad move on my part. There is no lane change for those ABC lanes. Williams wasn't doing that on their EM or their solid state games yet. That would come along when they released Firepower. So one of the ways you can increase your bonus value here is by hitting the stationary targets. Those will add to that value. Pop bumpers. Oh, right out the out lane. When you complete the ABC lanes up there, that increases your bonus multiplier. So at the end of the ball, you'll get your nice bonus here. So we'll get a ×2 on whatever's up there right now. Well, not as good as the first game of the night. Doing a little experiment on this game for streaming this week. I've got the sound from the game coming directly into the streaming computer. So if the game is too loud or I'm too loud, let me know. Or let me know if I got a good balance between the game and myself. Ooh, barely broke 40,000 on that one. I could do better than that. So, if you were playing this game on the PS2, they have this in the Pinball Hall of Fame Williams collection on the PS2 or the PlayStation. It's also on Xbox and a few other platforms. The goals in the game are light the spinner. So get that spinner lit by basically getting your bonus up to 10. Spell Gorgar, and you do that by knocking down Gorgar, and with that Gorgar lit, then Gorgar will say Gorgar. He'll say his name. Shoot the pit and make Gorgar say, "Me got you." That's a pretty easy shot to do. Light all 3 jet bumpers. And again, you light a jet bumper by knocking down the GAR targets. That's how you get there. And score at least 300,000 points. Now, those are the basic goals, or the standard goals in the Hall of Fame collection Gorgar table. Now, the wizard mode ones, you have to earn an extra ball. Again, get the extra ball flashing here, and then shoot it into there. This, every time you make Gorgar, this value advances all the way up to extra ball. Get your bonus all the way to the maximum. That would be 30,000 bonus, and then get 2x and 3x. Earn the special at the 1, 2, 3, 4 targets. So if you get 1, 2, 3, 4, these red arrows will start flashing randomly across those targets. And if you hit the one that the red arrow is at, you earn the special. Most cases that would be a free game. I believe this one is set up right now for extra ball. If you get the snake pit all the way up to 50,000, that's another one toward the wizard goal in the video game version of it. And then finally score at least 550,000 points. We'll see how many of those we can do tonight. Right now my goal is to get the 300,000 score, and then we'll go from there. Again, I'm trying to get the GAR targets down there so I can light up those pop bumpers. It's a little risky going up there for that magnet, because a lot of times when it releases the ball, it comes straight down the middle here. Ooh. It's also a little risky going to those GAR targets. Pretty much nearly impossible to sweep the GAR targets. However, you can, if your shot is just right, you can sweep the GOR targets. That is off the right flipper. You can get all 3 at once. I have only done that a handful of times on this one. No, wasn't meant to be on that game. See if we can hit 300,000 without running out of quarters tonight. Didn't even get a chance to flip at that one. There was a good spinner rip. And I got it while the spinner was still maxed out. Ooh, 3x, 3x, there we go. Get a nice bonus off this ball. Oh! Not too shabby. Let's update the high score. 223. 410. All right. Once again, just casual playing tonight. Just trying to set a high score. Set a goal tonight of 300,000, and we'll go from there. Oh, those outlanes. They're just, once it's down there, there's just no coming back. And another thing they've done on these games, and it's more maybe evident from the player's point of view, when you're looking at this post right here that has rubber on it, it's much narrower on this lane and much wider on the out lane. Not so much over here, but this one in particular, and that's the factory placement. That's where it was on all the games. It's just you could drive a truck down that lane. No, I'm not making an excuse for my playing or anything. Ooh, almost got it back. Hey, thanks for joining me tonight, Nick Ann. Hope you're having a good evening tonight. There we go. There's a good spinner rip. Almost got that B lane too. So we can get it up there again. Come on, get it back under control. Oh! All that and didn't get much of a bonus. Let's get that B lane for our 2x. There we go, nice 50,000 there. Oh, and that outlane got me again. Thought we had a good game going there. 177, not too bad. just take a moment to appreciate the crazy artwork on this game. I mean, you got Gorgar here. Got this gladiator guy with this crazy blue helmet trying to save the girl. Now, don't know what's going on in the back glass, whether he saved her there or that's after the battle. I don't know what order's going on here. But then you also have these guys over here, you know, with the sword here. And he's got, instead of a blue helmet, it's like a brown helmet. And you got these birds flying away over here, all the smashing rocks up here. You got this giant snake up there. It's just all sorts of craziness going on in this game. Ooh. This is a game that really will fight you every way possible. Those pop bumpers will send the ball on some crazy trajectories, and everything just really wants to aim for those out lanes like that. And most of the time, there's just no coming back from that. Oh! Alright, let's get under control. Let's get our guard targets down. There we go. Oh, come back. Oh. And this has the left or the right flipper is just a little low on this one. It needs a good rebuild, but this has some shallow flippers. It's not easy to cradle up. One of the other things that makes this game pretty hard is it's got silicone rubber bands on here from Titan, and those are very bouncy. Even the ones on the flipper. I didn't put the low bounce ones on the flippers. They're the regular ones there. So you get a lot of bounce in this game, and that ball will get going just every which way, and it's you versus the game in all aspects. Now, obviously, when the game was new, it would have had natural rubber. Would have come with white rubbers. And I did have it set up that way for a while here. But those clear Titan silicone bands do make it challenging. Ooh, boy. Gorgar, you're showing no mercy tonight. The more I look at this, the crazier this thing seems. You got this whole castle wall up here. I never even really noticed that before, with all the skulls up near the top of the castle. I did loosen up the tilt a bit on this. It was tilting quite a bit on the last stream. And I think I have it set now for, I think it's going to give you like 3 or 4 warnings before it tilts. So we can bounce it around a little bit tonight. Alright, we got our spinner lit. Let's see if we can get the spinner here. There we go. A little late. Oh, once again, right out that outline. And whose hand is this? It's like another Gorgar hand. He's got 1, 2. There's an extra hand over there. Where's that one coming from? And who's the guy with the red helmet? So many questions about this Gorgar team. A few years or a little while after this game was made, Williams came out with a wide body game called Algar, and it just did not sell as well as Gorgar did, and production was stopped early on that one. Not sure if it was meant to be a sequel or just they're trying to capitalize on the theme or name. It just was not a success for Williams, and you don't see that game around much. That was a wider pinball machine than a standard one, too. Not down the middle. $144. Again, I'm nursing a little bit of a sore throat here from my cold, so excuse my voice and pardon my frequent sips of beverage. Fueled by cough medicine and Mountain Dew. I'll be bouncing off the walls till midnight, I think. All right, go. Oh, don't tilt. Oh, I tilted. Oh no. Oh, I had all 3 pop bumpers lit. I had the 5,000 lit. If I'd gotten Gar one more time, I would have gotten 5,000. I had the spinner lit. Shoved it just a little too hard. Alright, that was ball 2. Man, I had a chance to actually look like I was knowing what I was doing. Williams would use that same magnet concept in later games too. Black Knight, for example, they had a MagnaSave feature in that game where they had magnets that were above the out lanes. So if a ball was heading for an out lane and you had earned a certain goal, maybe dropping a certain number of targets, I think, you would have those MagnaSaves available, and there were extra buttons next to your flipper buttons, and if you saw the ball heading for your out lane, you could hit that MagnaSave and it would hold the ball there, and then supposedly, if you were lucky, it would drop it down the in lane. Now sometimes if your ball was really moving when it caught it, it would be wobbling around and it would go down your out lane and you'd lose the ball anyway. But that was another concept where they had magnets under the play field, like they do with the pit here. They do more complicated things in later years. Addams Family would have magnets. Twilight Zone used magnets. And of course a lot of games today have magnets under the field that can send the ball all sorts of different directions. Oh boy. Now the back glass that is in this game is one that was produced, I believe it was in the 1980s, part of their replacement run. And the only difference between this one and the original back glasses that came on these games is that the 1 to 4 can play lights up. From day one, these games had a light located in that location, but the back glass was masked off there, so the light wouldn't shine through. When they did this second run in the 1980s, I believe it was 1980s, or maybe it was the early 1990s, they printed them without a mask there, so that the 1 to 4 can play lights up on the back glass. And again, they already had a light bulb in that location in the back box, but for whatever reason, in the first run of the back glasses, that was not lit up. So I picked this glass up 2 years ago at the Pinfest down in Allentown. Mayfair Amusements had it for sale. It's a blemish back glass, so I got a good deal on it. But it was much improved over the one that I had, which was missing some of the ink in places. The original incandescent light bulbs in these games really did a number on the ink, and they would flake, and they would just get bare spots. Or sometimes operators, without knowingly, would clean them, and they would take some of the ink off. This is an original Williams, though, not a reproduction. It's just a second run of them that they did in their spare parts inventory. Ooh, that was pretty bad. 33,000. This Gorgar still has the original playfield. I did not change that out. It hasn't had any paint touch-ups done to it. It's all original. It's in pretty good shape for its age. Figure this game is 44 years old. It's the second oldest game in my collection. Honey came out in 1973. Of course, Honey's a EM game with score reels. Sneak into the secret room so I can blow my nose. Alright. Yep, Gorgar's a good game. And it's a challenging game. Because you can have a really good game going and then the ball takes a hop and goes right out one of those out lanes. Really hard game to get control of too, especially with these rubbers on here, because see that ball is not stopping to cradle up at all. And I'm not quite skilled enough to do a live catch with these. This game at least. Get that last drop target. Oh! That one came back from the dead. That one came back from the dead. Oh, not that one though. Not that one. Alright, let's see if we can get that B lane up there. Oh, a little too hard. Take the 50,000 for that, though. And the slingshots on this game are very sensitive. One thing I did do last year is I rebuilt the slingshots, rebuilt the pop bumpers. Pop bumpers are all completely new. But the slingshots, I tore them down and cleaned them and gave them new sleeves and coils. So they're running top notch. And as such, they will throw the ball around and you will lose control very easily. Just like that. 146, all right. Okay, got our spinner lit. Oh, that out lane. 212. Plus bonus. 236. Hey, look at that. New high score. Didn't even realize it was creeping up there. Still Still not 300 though. Gotta get that 300 tonight.
Gorgar.
Oh. Outlane's got me on that game. Take a look at this back glass again. I just noticed that in this pile of skulls back here, well, I guess, yeah, right over in here, there's a pile of skulls, and there are a bunch of helmets mixed in with those skulls. So it must be some of these, let's see, where's my finger? There we go. Some of these gladiator guys didn't make it, I guess. Hey, Mr. Rage Quit, thanks for checking in tonight. Yes, definitely a Williams game. System 6 from 1979. This one came from a private collection. Guy had it, and actually he said it would give it to him, and it just stopped working, or it never worked for him, or something. He just wanted it out of his house. So I got it pretty cheap, and it booted up, but it wouldn't start a game or anything like that. So I got it home, and there were some blown fuses in it. Checked the wiring. There was some wires disconnected in the trough here. Got that back together, and I think within a few hours of having it home, I was able to play a game on it. It took a week or so before I was able to get the sound working, because the CPU chip on the soundboard was bad. But once one of those arrived in the mail, I was able to get the sound going and did some bulletproofing on it, and it's been a reliable game for the past, I think I've had it for 3 or 4 years now. I'm very lucky that it doesn't have a lot of wear on the playfield. There were some inserts that had popped up a little bit, and I removed them, sanded the bottom side of them, and glued them back in so they're a little more level. But aside from that, it's still the original playfield. There's a little bit of wear right here in the middle. I cleaned it up the best I could, but I didn't want to go too crazy scrubbing at it and losing the paint. There is a hard top available for this, but this is too nice a shape to sand it down and put a hard top on. I enjoy tinkering with things, so I love getting a game that needs some work and getting it working. My first pinball machine was an EM machine with score reels. I bought that non-working from a guy. And again, I did a little studying up on the Pin Wiki, and that evening I had it playing games. It needed all new rubbers. They were all rotted out and everything like that, but at least was able to get it to start up a game. I just love tinkering on these things. But a lot of resources out there. The Pin Wiki is an amazing resource. I relied on that a little bit when I was trying to get the sound going on this game. I was able to figure out from that the CPU on the soundboard in this game is the same CPU that's on the main board of this game. And by swapping those, I determined, hey, I've got a bad chip. The game would not boot up, but I had sound. And a lot of cleaning of contacts and replacing of plugs and sockets just to get the game reliable. In the early time that I had the game, a lot of times it would start 2 or 3 players when you started a game instead of just 1 player. And I got reading about that, and someone said, well, do you have all the screws holding your motherboard in? Are all your boards screwed in at all the screw holes? Well, no, I only had like 1 or 2 screws in each board, just hold them in there. And that whole back is like a ground plane, and once they had a good ground, it started a 1-player game every time you hit it. It would just add a single player. Simple things like that. It's great. The message boards and the communities. So I've just knocked down the guard targets 5 times now. That lit up the 5,000 points. So every time I knock down guard, it's going to give me 5,000 points. All the pop bumpers are lit for 1,000, and I have that special lit in the out lane. Now, if I could get that A lane up there, that'll increase my multiplier to 2x. Oh! And you notice the more value you have on the board, the faster that heartbeat gets. Oh! Started with a roar and ended with a whimper, but hey, we set a new high score here. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that one. Still trying to get 300,000 here before the end of the stream. Gorgar. Now, I don't have this game set to free play. But I do have it set to give a credit when you hit 11,000 points. Just because I like to hear the knocker in this game. And this game, if you set it to free play, it disables the knocker. You don't hear the knocker anymore. And, I like to hear the knocker. It's part of the pinball machine. You gotta have the knocker. So I set the first replay to 11,000. The other ones are all standard replays. So you get your credit back. Even if you just plunge the ball 3 times and don't flip, you should get your credit back. Oh! Up and out! So for every good game you have, I guess you got to have a few games like that. Another good resource, if you really want to learn the nitty-gritty about servicing your own circuit boards in your games, especially games of this era. There's a guy on Pinside and on YouTube by the name of Chris Hibbler, and he actually documents his board repairs and shows you going through the testing of the board on YouTube. And they're short videos, 5 or 10 minute long videos. But every board that he repairs for somebody, he'll test it on YouTube, and he'll tell you what he did to repair that board, how he fixed it, and what things to avoid if you're trying to fix your own boards. Because sometimes he receives a board that someone did their own fixes on, and he has to fix the damage that person did. So he'll tell you what to avoid if you're trying to fix your own board. How to remove components on the boards without damaging the board, that kind of stuff. And even, just how to test, if the component on your board is really bad and needs to be replaced or not. Sometimes people will make a needless repair and replace a part that's not really bad. And I went through and did something called bulletproofing on the board on this. Basically, every connector on the board has been replaced because the original pins they used on the connectors were round, and that gives you a smaller contact surface, and once you get some oxide on there, once it oxidizes a little bit, then you get an intermittent connection. I replaced all the pins with square pins. All the headers have square pins in them, and I replaced the mating female sockets with a better metal that's not going to oxidize as much. And being, this is in a climate-controlled environment now. This is in a basement that's got heating and air conditioning, so it's not damp down here or anything. There's a dehumidifier, so it shouldn't need any major repairs for many decades. One of the things I did for this stream is there's a little USB sound interface attached to the volume control in here. I'm tapping off of that with a little audio transformer so that I can take the sounds directly out of the game and into my streaming computer. Just thought I'd experiment with that a little bit, and you get to hear the Gorgar voice just a little clearer on the stream tonight. Got time for a few more games here. Let's see if we can get that 300,000. We had some good games. I do appreciate everybody who has followed the stream. Thanks for joining me. I just started streaming a month or so ago, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's encouraging to see people interacting. I enjoy that very much. Makes me feel like I'm not just sitting here talking to myself. I guess talking to myself isn't so bad, but if I get into an argument with myself and then I lose, then that's not so good. Alright, 300,000. Gorgar, I'm coming for you. That's not how it starts. No way. I'm so in the habit of playing the newer games where you can do a lane change with your flipper. This game does not have lane change. You're just at the mercy of where your ball goes up there for those ABC lanes. again, you know, Williams didn't add that until they did Firepower. I think that's the first game that Williams did the lane change, at least in the solid state era for them. Not sure what I'm going to stream next week. See, last week I streamed Space Shuttle. Week before that was Big Guns. Haven't streamed Honey yet. I don't know if you guys are up for watching an EM game or not, but I'll stream Honey if anyone wants to see that. Oh! These outlanes. The first pinball I ever played. Ooh, I don't remember what one it was, but the first one I really remember liking was Orbiter 1. Now, the local Chuck E. Cheese restaurant, it was a pizza arcade with animated characters, that kind of stuff. They're still around in the United States. I don't know if they made it overseas or not. But Chuck E. Cheese, now, all the games give you tickets, or they have swipe cards and they give you points and you get prizes, that kind of stuff. But back in the day, they didn't do that. Back in the day, you spent your tokens playing regular arcade games and pinball machines. And I remember seeing this game, Orbiter 1, and it had spinning pop bumpers, and the whole play field was like a lunar landscape. It was vacuum formed plastic. And the ball could go behind the flippers and come back. And the out hole was right between the flippers. And I just thought that was the neatest game I ever played. I was obsessed with those spinning pop bumpers. And the way it would just make the ball go all over the place. I played a lot of pinball in college. Went to college in the early 90s in the United States. And I remember the dining hall one of the dining halls on campus had a small arcade, and there were a lot of pinball machines. I do remember playing Addams Family. I remember playing Whitewater. I remember playing Bride of Pinbot. Trying to think what other games were there. Might have been Cyclone or one of the theme park themed Williams games that was out in the early 90s. That's what they had on campus, and I spent way too much time playing pinball and not going to class. Good bonus on that one. Let's see what we can do on this third ball. I don't think I can reach that 30 or 300,000, but we'll see if we can at least get up in the 200s again. Whitewater was a favorite of mine though in college. I really liked that one. Pretty sure it was Bride of Pinbot that I played, because it had the face that rotated. And whatever distributor they had to bring their games in, they were only Williams games that were there. I only remember playing Williams games while I was in college. So it must be the vending company had a deal to get Williams games or something along those ways. Let's see, we're a little after 8 o'clock here. Play a few more games. At some point, the cold medicine's going to wear off and get the better of me here, and we'll see the games really decline. But for now, it's cough medicine and Mountain Dew keeping me fueled. my goodness. One of the upgrades I did do on this machine, and I've done to all my machines, is it's got all LED lighting on it. Runs a lot cooler and helps on the electric bill. But the other thing is I went with warm white LEDs just to try to keep the retro look. Especially with the artwork on here. You know, it's got a lot of reds and greens, so I kept the warm white to keep the nice earthy tones. So. Oh, you're watching from work. All right, well, stay out of trouble, and hey, thanks for chatting tonight. Oh, those outlanes. How's it sound tonight? Anyone hear an echo, or is everything sounding pretty much in sync tonight? That was one of my worries about using a microphone in a direct feed, that I'd have a little bit of a delay. Feel free to let me know in chat if everything's sounding good tonight. Pop bumpers is starting to clank pretty good. I wonder if I got a loose screw somewhere. May have to pull that apart this weekend and take a good look at it. Oh, broke 100,000. One more game. One more game. Sound is good. Gorgar is a little loud, huh? Let's turn Gorgar down just a hair. Let's see, Gorgar, you are right here. We're going to drop you down to right there. See if that's a little better. Of course, I'm a little quiet tonight with my scratchy voice here. Spinner juiced. Oh, come on. Oh, I really could have used those spinner points. Sound is better. All right. Thank you. One of these days, I will get a microphone. I don't have to rely on the little microphones on these cameras. We're doing this on a budget. getting serious here. We're gonna beat Gorgar. 245,000. We gotta beat that. We gotta beat 245,000. Where's everybody checking in from tonight? We're on the east coast of the United States, up in the northeast. The big snowstorm missed us. Got a little dust in here. Not enough to shovel. Alright. Gotta get that pop bumper. Or gotta get that spinner. Oh! The outlane strikes again! Oh, man. Well, excuse me. That last little nudge had that tilt bob still swinging. I've got it set to 9 warnings, so or 9 hits before it'll tilt. We've already tilted it once tonight. It does swing quite freely. I do still have a few inserts that have popped up on this play field, and every now and then you will see the ball kind of take an odd angle, and that's because it's hitting one of those inserts that's not quite flush with the play field. Oh. Do I have enough bonus? Oh, fell short. Just couldn't get that spinner to rip. When you hit the spinner just right, this one does spin pretty good, but it's, you got to hit it just right. Oh, all right. One more game, and we're going to call it a night here. Been streaming for a little over an hour. Last game of the night, I promise. our spinner lit. Doesn't help if I can't hit it though. No! You're not going down the middle. Spinner. Keep missing ya. Got a little bit out of it. I just can't get that under control on my left flipper though. Just keeps coming down it too fast. There we go. Increase our bonus. Again, every time you complete that ABC lane up there, it increases your bonus multiplier. Right now it's at 2x. You can go all the way up to 3x. Snake Pit just gave me 50,000. Oh, and that outlane got me. Oh. All right. Got to keep the ball under control. And just think positive thoughts. Keep that ball away from the outlane. Oh, and there it goes. There it goes. Just missed the high score. But I got a free game. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I'll be streaming again Sunday morning. I don't know whether I'm going to stream this again or move it next to the next game over, which is Williams Honey. So tune in Sunday morning, and thanks for joining me tonight here at Skeppy's Arcade.